Most people don't realize they're setting themselves up for suffering in old age, until it's too late. It's not just about money, health, or time. It's the 7 forgotten truths no one's warning you about. But today, you'll learn them. Hit that subscribe button, and stay with me to the end. This could change how you grow old. Truth 1. Health fades without discipline. The body is a remarkable creation, but it is not invincible. As time marches on, it reveals the consequences of how it was treated in youth. Health, contrary to popular belief, does not merely decline due to age, it deteriorates through neglect. One of the greatest errors people make is assuming they can reclaim what they've lost later on. A missed workout, a poor diet, another sleepless night, they add up like drops in a leaking bucket. The elders of past generations understood discipline. They worked the land, ate real food, and respected rest. Today, convenience has replaced effort. Fast food over home cooking. Streaming over walking. Pills over prevention. But old age is unkind to those who abuse their bodies. The knee pain isn't random. The heart condition didn't appear overnight. The decline, often, is self-authored. Discipline in youth sows comfort in old age. Regular movement keeps joints from rusting. A balanced diet slows the wear on organs. Prioritizing rest allows the body to repair. None of this is new, it is ancient wisdom modern life has muffled. In your later years, hospitals become familiar places for those who dismissed these truths. Medicines multiply. Independence fades. The smallest tasks feel mountainous. But much of this suffering is preventable. Not entirely, of course, time still claims its due. But you can meet it with strength instead of surrender. Start small, start now. Walk after meals. Reduce sugar. Stretch each morning. Drink more water. Sleep like it matters, because it does. The body is your longest companion. Treat it with the discipline it deserves, and it will carry you with dignity through your final decades. Truth 2. Relationships require intentional effort. The older you get, the more you realize that people matter more than possessions. But the painful truth? Most discover this after it's too late. Life is fast and full, careers, ambition, distraction. And somewhere along the way, relationships suffer. Not out of malice, but neglect. Friendships wither without tending. Marriages cool without care. Children grow up while you're busy at meetings. And one day, you wake up in a quieter house, wondering where everyone went. Relationships don't endure by accident. They require time, energy, and humility. The most fulfilled elders are those surrounded by love, not just comfort. A rich retirement account doesn't compare to a grandchild's hug. No mansion can replace laughter at a dinner table. Yet many die in care homes, not from disease, but from loneliness. And loneliness, studies show, is as deadly as smoking. Call your parents. Take your spouse on a walk. Visit your friend, even when you're tired. Put down your phone when your child speaks. These little things, they become the foundation of a meaningful life. Regret is a cruel teacher. So be intentional today. Love out loud. Forgive faster. Show up. Because in old age, relationships will be your true wealth. Truth 3. Regret weighs down years. It is not death that most fear, it is dying with a heavy heart. Regret doesn't age well. It deepens. It festers. And it haunts. What you didn't say. What you didn't try. What you never forgave. The pages of unwritten books in your soul. People tend to live as if they have unlimited time. They delay dreams. They bury their true selves. They make fear their advisor. And as the years go by, the door closes on opportunities that once begged to be seized. The older generation often speaks of chances not taken. The love they never confessed. The passion they never pursued. The faith they never explored. What they would give to go back and choose differently. But time is a one-way road. The only way to beat regret is to live fully now. Say the words. Take the trip. Start the project. Apologize first. Time is not generous, it is just. What you sow, you reap. Fill your years with boldness, and your old age will echo with stories, not sighs, lives, so that when you sit in your rocking chair, you smile, not because life was perfect, but because you didn't let fear steal your chances. Truth 4. Finances shape your freedom. Financial stress in old age is one of the most common causes of anxiety, dependence, and even depression. It's not about greed. It's about stability. Those who fail to prepare often find themselves at the mercy of their children, government programs, or worse, predatory institutions. The sad irony? Much of this is avoidable. Saving and budgeting are not glamorous, but they are powerful. The wise build margin into their lives. They understand that life is unpredictable. Medical bills, home repairs, sudden emergencies, these aren't ifs, they're whens. A sound retirement isn't made in your 60s. It's built over decades of smart, often boring decisions, living below your means. Avoiding debt, investing modestly. Even small, consistent savings grow into security. In old age, money buys more than things. It buys peace. It buys options. It buys dignity. You're not scrambling for handouts. You're choosing how to live your final chapter. Don't let your future self curse your present choices. Build now what you'll stand on later. Because when strength fades, it's structure that supports. Truth 5. Purpose sustains the soul. There is a certain ache that comes not from the body, but from the soul. It creeps in slowly in retirement, when the job is done, the children have flown, and the calendar becomes empty. This ache is the hunger for purpose. The truth is, human beings were not designed to drift. We were made to contribute, to build, to serve, to matter. In old age, when roles shift and routines fade, those who lack purpose often descend into apathy or despair. Purpose isn't about productivity. It's about meaning. A garden can be purpose. Mentoring a young person can be purpose. Volunteering at church, writing memoirs, praying for others, these things feed the soul. Without purpose, time becomes heavy. Days stretch on, but life feels thin. This is why many people decline rapidly after retirement. Their body stops moving, yes, but their spirit grows silent first. Those who age well are those who keep showing up for something beyond themselves. They have reasons to wake up, to stay sharp, to be generous. They understand that while their professional role may be over, their influence isn't. Ask yourself now, what gives you purpose outside of your work? Outside of achievement? Cultivate that. Because a soul anchored in purpose is hard to shake, even by the passing of years. Truth 6. Technology replaces, not restores. Technology has brought convenience, but not necessarily connection. It has given us speed but stolen our stillness. In old age, this contrast becomes painfully clear. Many seniors sit surrounded by screens but aching for touch, for eye contact, for presence. Text messages can't replace the tone of a real voice. Social media can't replicate the richness of shared memories. We've traded letters for likes, conversations for comments. And as a result, many feel unseen despite being constantly connected. There is a sacredness in real presence. In a family meal where everyone is at the table without phones. In the sound of shared laughter. In the comfort of a warm hand held during a difficult moment. Technology cannot restore what it has replaced, only we can. In your later years, make it a habit to choose the real over the virtual. Visit instead of texting. Call instead of posting. Show up instead of sending emojis. Build habits of presence now so that when your old age arrives, it is filled with actual company, not digital ghosts. Let the younger generations see you model it. Be the one who teaches them that silence is not awkward, that being together is enough. When you prioritize presence, you preserve humanity. Truth 7. Legacy lives through values. When all is said and done, it is not your accomplishments that echo through time, but your values. Titles fade, wealth gets spent, homes crumble. But the lessons you lived and the virtues you practiced, those shape generations. A legacy is not built in one grand moment. It is built in the quiet repetition of character. in how you loved, in what you stood for, in the integrity you refused to trade, even when it cost you. The best inheritance isn't money, it's memory. A child remembering your patience. A grandchild quoting your wisdom. A neighbor recalling your kindness. These are the monuments time cannot erode, but legacy isn't automatic. It requires reflection and intentionality. It requires asking, what do I want to be remembered for, and then living accordingly. You cannot leave behind what you do not live. Speak your values often. Write them down. Share your stories. Live with the end in mind, not in fear, but in focus. When your final days come, let them be a celebration of a life anchored in timeless truths, because in the end, your name may fade, but your example can light the path for those who follow. Conclusion. Growing old is certain, but suffering isn't. These 7 lessons are not just advice, they're guardrails passed down from generations who learned the hard way. Your future peace depends on today's choices. So ask yourself, what kind of old age are you building? If this video stirred something in you, don't scroll away. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. Let's bring wisdom back into the conversation, and remember, it's never too late to live wisely.